All right, welcome to the SLS Show, episode 4 on time management. I'm one of your hosts. I'm Dawn Flood, and I'm with Student Leadership Services, and I'm here with my coworker. I'll let her introduce herself. Mindy?
Hi, I'm Mindy Willis. Nice to see you all here today. Thanks for coming.
Excellent. And we're here with some students leading students, or SLS students, from all across Michigan and Florida. And I'll let them introduce themselves, and we'll start with the co-producers of the SLS Show. Diamond?
Hi, I'm Diamond. I'm a senior at Atherton High School.
Excellent, glad to have you. And Isabel?
Hi, I'm Izzy. I'm a sophomore at Valley Lutheran.
Awesome, glad to have you. And Faith?
Hi, I'm Faith. I go to Charlotte High and I'm a freshman.
Excellent. And Loretta?
Hi, I'm Loretta. I'm a sophomore and I go to Taylor High School in Michigan.
Excellent, welcome Loretta. And Mackenzie?
Hi, I'm Mackenzie. I'm a sophomore at Atherton High School.
Excellent, glad to have you. And Natalie?
Hi, I'm Natalie. I go to Walled Lake Northern and I'm a freshman.
Excellent. Thank you for tuning in on today's show, which is on time management. Now, before we get started, I hope you all were with us last week on the scavenger hunt. We had a wild, fun time, but it was a lot of fun. We had some quarantine rounds and stuff like that. So if you were here, thank you. Had a lot of fun. Before we jump into the time management today, I'm going to do a little quiz. Okay, for those that tuned in on the procrastination and organization show, let's see what we remember from the organization. The organization show, how many building blocks did we have when it came to organization? How many building blocks? What was a number? Who knows? Natalie?
Was it 8?
8. Ding, 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 ding. Excellent. All right. Okay. And who can name one of the 8 building blocks? You just got to name one. Go ahead and raise your hand. You can name one. No? Not one? Anybody take a guess? Natalie?
Power hour?
Power hour, yes. Absolutely. Declutter. Use your power hour. Perfect. Perfect. Absolutely. Okay, excellent. Good, good. All right. So today, time management kind of wraps up, okay? The procrastination and the organization. We're going to dig deep into time management, and we're going to go ahead and wrap that up. All right, so today, time management. Time management is the process of organizing and planning how to divide your time between specific activities. Good time management enables you to work smarter, not harder, which all of us need, so that you get more done in less time, even when time is tight and the pressures are high. So what we're going to need today on a time management show is just 2 pieces of paper and something to write with. Now, to get us started, I want you all to see how you really perceive time. So this is what I want you to do, okay? When I say go, I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to close your eyes for 30 seconds. Now, I don't want you counting in your head. I want you just to close your eyes, maybe sing the alphabet song or sing your favorite song for about 30 seconds. When you think you've hit 30 seconds, I want you to open your eyes and then raise your hand, okay? I want to see if you can get the 30 seconds. Everybody understand? All right. Ready, set, go. Close your eyes. All right. So, the only one that was exactly at 30 seconds was Isabel. Diamond and Faith, you opened your eyes at 20 seconds. Natalie, you went over 30 seconds. Isabel was the only one that opened their eyes right on the dot at 30 seconds. So well done, Isabel. All right. So someone raise your hand and tell me, why did we do this? Why did I have you take a minute, close your eyes, and try to figure out 30 seconds. Why'd I have you do that? Diamond, is your hand up? Go
I
ahead.
think you had us do that to kind of show how we perceive time in order to manage our time. If we don't have a good grip on like how much time we're using, then we can't really manage it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, absolutely. And all of us perceive time differently. Okay. Now, do you think that how we perceive time is the same when we're busy and when we're bored? Do you think it's the same? Okay, Natalie's shaking her head no. Okay, all right. So someone tell me, why is it different? And go ahead and raise your hand. Why is it different? Natalie.
When we're really busy, it seems, and when we have a lot to do, it seems like time always goes by faster.
Yes. Okay, all right. And when we're bored, what happens? Isabel, what happens when we're bored with time?
And it goes by like super duper slow.
Yeah, it drags on, right? It drags on, okay? All right, so hopefully today we're gonna learn some things that can help us perceive time and manage it, okay? So that we keep it steady, so we don't feel like the days are long or the days are fast, all right? Excellent, very good. Faith, what's this?
A $5 bill.
$5 bill, right? Okay,
Yeah.
all right, it's money, all right? Time is like money. Someone raise your hand and tell me, what do I mean by that? Time is like money. Diamond.
Time, like money, could be wasted.
Time
It
like
could be spent.
Yes. Time like money can be wasted or it can be spent. Absolutely. Okay. All right. So one thing that we have to do, and Diamond kind of said it, so good segue. Thanks, Diamond. One thing we must do when it comes to managing our time is we got to treat it like cash. We got to treat it like a budget. Okay. So for example, let's say I'm going to give each one of you, I'm going to give $86,400. $86,400. That's a lot of cash, right? Okay, so some of you are shaking your head like, yeah. All right, okay. Now, that $86,000 has to be spent only in one day. You only have 24 hours to spend it. That's it, okay? But you have some restrictions. You have to spend every single dollar and cent in 24 hours, and you cannot use it to pay for past bills or past things. You only can use it in today and 24 hours. And here's the thing, if you don't spend it all, you'll lose it. Who thinks that they could spend all $86,400 in 24 hours? I see. Oh, Mackenzie, really? Okay. Mackenzie, all right. What would you spend all that money on?
I feel like I'd buy a lot of like random things because I'm really bad with saving money. I spend it really quickly, so I feel like I'm really good at that.
Okay, and so you really think you can spend all that money in 24 hours? Okay, because if you don't, you lose it. All right. So Loretta, your hand was up. What would you spend all that money on in 24 hours?
Oh my bad. Like she said, random things, because I buy a lot of random stuff, and also I'd spend it on my family because I have an older brother and younger brother, so that's a lot to spend on them too.
Okay. All right. So she thinks too. All right, Isabel, you think you can spend all that money in 24 hours?
I think I could.
Okay. And what? What would you buy?
I wanted a MacBook, so there's that.
Okay, that's $1,000.
And then I get my brother some stuff.
Oh, that's so
and
nice.
My parents some things. And then if I had money left, I'd probably go buy a car, like a really, really, really nice car.
Okay. All right. All right. So some of you have a plan of what you would do. Okay. And some of you didn't raise your hand, so I think you might struggle a little bit. All right. Now, if you don't spend it all, you'll lose it. How would you feel about that? if you actually, somebody gave you a check for $86,400 and they said you have 24 hours to spend it or you lose it all. And let's say you can't spend it all. How would you feel that you lose it? How would you feel? Anybody happy? No, right? You'd probably all be mad, wouldn't you? Isabel?
Honestly, I think I wouldn't care.
Wouldn't care. Okay.
Because, like, if you buy the stuff that you need or the stuff that you want and you have money left, you don't really need anything else or want anything else.
Makes sense. All right. Okay. All right. The reason I gave you $86,400 is because that's how many seconds we have in a day. We have 86,400 seconds in one day. And these seconds, they can't be saved. You can't save today's seconds for tomorrow. And you can't put today's seconds into yesterday. And so just like money, you have to budget your time in order to make the most of your day. So the next time you think about everything you have to do, relate it to money, and it might help you budget. All right, so now what we're gonna do, okay? We're gonna see how good you all are at budgeting your time when you have specific things that you have to do in a day, okay? And so what we're gonna do is I'm going to break you up into groups. So you're actually gonna end up going off with partners into separate Zoom rooms off in space, okay? And when you get into your groups, you will have 3 minutes to make decisions and prioritize your time of the list of things that you're going to do, okay? All right, so this is what I want you to do, okay? All right, because we don't know what groups you're gonna be in yet, all right? But I want you to go ahead and see if you can take a screenshot or a picture, okay, of this list so that somebody has it in your groups, all right? So everybody try to do that. Take a second and try to do that so you have the list. So what's gonna happen is when you break up in your groups, your group is going to be asked to prioritize the below activities according to time efficiency. You're gonna have to make decisions on what activities you do and when. But your group is only gonna have 3 minutes to do so. You have 5 hours to get the following activities tasks completed. Watch your favorite show on Netflix, do your homework, eat dinner, walk the dog, read 1 chapter in your current book, empty the dishwasher, FaceTime with grandma, wrap your mom's birthday present, play a game with your little brother or sister, take a shower and get ready, do 25 jumping jacks and 25 push-ups. So in your group, you're going to assign how much time it's going to take to do these things and in what order that you're going to do them in order to get everything done in under 5 hours. Pretty easy, right? We shall see. All right, so which group wants to report out first? Dace's group or Loretta's group? Which one? All right, Faith.
Okay.
All right, so tell us, what is your order and how much time did you spend?
Okay, so we did like 25 jumping jacks is like 1 minute, and then push-ups for like 5 minutes, depends if you haven't like done them. And then you take a shower and then you get ready. I don't know how much we put time on that, but anyway, like maybe 20 minutes or something like that. And then homework is like an hour because it depends how much work you have. And then FaceTime your grandma, and then you can wrap your mom's present at the same time. So you 15 to 30 minutes, depends how long the phone call is. And then you empty the dishwasher before dinner, so 10 minutes to 20 minutes. And then you dinner, which is 40 minutes. And then walk your dog, 15 minutes. Play a game with your sister or brother, which I don't know, like I guess 15, something like that. And then watch your show for like I guess an hour or so.
Okay.
And then you read before bed, so like 20 minutes.
Okay. So did you get a chance to add all that up? What was your total time?
Oh, no, we didn't do that.
You didn't do that. Okay. All right. So let me go to the other group and then go ahead and add that up, and I'll come back to you. All right. All right. So Loretta, what about your group?
Okay, so we didn't put like exact times, but first we did taking a shower, which would probably take a good 15 minutes.
Okay.
Home and read a chapter, which is going to take an hour. Then we have wrapping your mom's presents, and then watching your favorite show, and also emptying the dishwasher. Just
Okay.
probably an hour and a half. Then FaceTiming your grandma and playing with your brother and sister so they can see both of you in one. That's going to take 30 to 45 minutes. Walk the dog, then push-ups and jumping jacks, 25 minutes, and then dinner, which probably take 30 minutes or so, or an hour.
Okay. All right. Okay. So go ahead and add those up, and I'll come back to you. All right. And to see, did you fall under your 5 hours? All right. So we'll go back to Faith to see if she was able to add it up. Not yet. All right. So while we're waiting for Faith and Loretta to add those up, can someone else who's not adding tell me, how did your group decide what order you would do things? Natalie, how did your group decide what order you would do things?
Things that had to be done like that day, that were like homework and like wrapping your mom's present if her birthday's like coming soon, compared to things like walking the dog where it doesn't necessarily have to be done that day.
Okay. All right. Excellent. All right. Perfect. All right. Isabel, how did your group decide what you would do first?
I think we all just kind of went along with how our day kind of goes, because like you could wake up and you could either take a shower, or you could like work out and then take a shower, and then like do the stuff that is like your homework and your schoolwork, get that done first so you don't have to deal with it later.
Okay.
And I mean, kind of like the important stuff first and then like the other stuff later.
Okay. Excellent. All right. Mackenzie, was this activity easy or hard?
I kind of think it was easy because it's not, I mean, it was kind of hard a little bit, but it was like in between. It wasn't like too hard, but it wasn't easy.
Okay. Which was the easiest thing to figure out what order you were going to do it in?
Probably like get ready and then, you know.
All right. Get ready. All right. What about you, Diamond? Was this easy or hard?
I would say that this was easy.
Why?
Because it's just a list of things that we usually do during our day. So it was kind of easy to say like, oh, we do this first because we normally do this first.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Very good. Perfect. All right. Loretta or Faith, do we have it? You can just do estimate time. Loretta, do you have it?
I think our estimate was about 3.5 hours.
Okay, 3.5 hours. So you had a whole hour and a half to do what you wanted, right? Sweet. Okay, good job. All right, Faith, what was your group at?
I got 3 hours and 31 minutes.
Okay, so both groups were at like 3.5 hours. All right. Now, Faith, looking at your list, do you think that there's some things on there that maybe needed more time?
Yeah, like, what could we do? Probably like take a shower or read a book.
Okay, so take a shower, read a book. You could add a little more time because you have it. Good. Loretta, was there something on your list where you could add a little more time now that you had it?
Possibly, yeah, FaceTiming your grandma or walking the dog and doing push-ups and jumping jacks. So like have a little bit more time in between.
Okay, so a little more time spent with grandma. She would love that. And some more time to do the exercise, walking the dog. Perfect. Okay, excellent. All right, thank you for doing that activity. All right, so now I want to hear from you. Is there a particular thing that you do that works for you that helps you manage time? Go ahead and raise your hand. Is there something that you do that helps you manage your time? Loretta, what do you?
So my mom, she's taught me to make a schedule of the things that I need to do every single day. So I schedule out a time for each thing that I'm going to do.
Okay, and you do that every day?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so schedule every day. Perfect. Yep. And we talked about that in the organization workshop. Anybody? Isabel, what do you do?
I do like a to-do list and put the important stuff first.
Okay, so to do important first. Yep. All right. Diamond, what do you do?
I actually time myself. Like I set a timer. Like if I say I'll do homework for an hour, I'll set the timer for an hour. So then after that, I can move on to something else.
Really? Okay, perfect. Okay, excellent. All right, Natalie, what do you do?
It's pretty much like Diamonds, but I just set timers so I have a certain amount of time to get things done.
Okay, timer. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Anybody else do something different? No? Okay, that's okay. That's all right. All right. So timer works well. Okay. And that helped us do that activity when I gave you a timer of 3 minutes to keep us on track and manage our time. Perfect. All right. So now, thanks for sharing, okay, what you went through, the process that you went through that. So now, Mindy's going to share with us a method that I think many of you will like that is simple, okay, and you could use a timer with it. You could make a to-do list for importance and help you schedule. So using the things that you said work for you will all come into play in this next thing. All right, so let's turn it over to Mindy.
All right, so we're going to talk about a simple time management strategy for you today, and it's called the Einsehower Matrix. Does anybody know, have they ever heard of that name, Einsehower? Isabel, what do you think?
I know it was like a person or like a guy.
It was a guy. Yep. Anyone else want to chime in what they think?
No.
I feel like, was he an inventor or president?
He was a president, actually. Dwight Eisenhower was the 34th president. He was also a general in the Army during World War II, and historically, he's a very famous leader. And he developed what he calls, or what they call now in history looking back, they call it the Einsehower Matrix, but it's also called the Urgent Important Matrix. And so I'm going to talk to you about this matrix, and then we're going to do an activity with it before you make one on your own. So the Urgent Important Matrix is kind of like in math class when you learn about the graph and the 4 quadrants with the x-axis and the y-axis, and it divides it into 4 sections. That's what the Urgent and Important Matrix does. So on the top of this matrix, you have urgent and not urgent. And then on this side of the matrix, you have important and not important. So you end up with 4 quadrants. Quadrant 1 is your urgent and important. So these are the things that are urgent and important, like you must do them and you must do them now. These are things like, oh, that science project that I told my teacher I was working on, but I hadn't really started yet and it's due tomorrow, right? These are things that are emergencies, like gotta do them now, can't put them off anymore. So it's called the do first quadrant. The second ones are things that are not necessarily urgent, but they're still important. So thinking back to our workshop a few weeks ago on organization, we talked about setting goals, and maybe those goals were to eat healthier or to exercise more or to spend a certain amount of time doing homework every day. So these are the things that fall into things that are important to you, but they aren't necessarily time bound. They don't have a deadline. And so those are things that you should put on your schedule. And a few of you mentioned that you develop a daily schedule. The third quadrant is things that are urgent, but they're not necessarily important. And so these are things that we say we can either delay them or delegate. So say you got an email from your teacher about why haven't you turned in your math assignment? Well, you do need to respond to that email, but it's not an on-fire situation, right? Or you need to water the plants, but it doesn't need to be done this minute. So that would be an example of something you could delegate to somebody. And then the last quadrant is stuff that's not urgent at all. So there's no time necessary. But you're not bound by time to get it done. And then it's not important either. And these are what we would call our time wasters, our browsing the internet, our, shopping on Amazon when we don't necessarily need anything. And these are activities that we say you should eliminate or minimize. So you have 4 quadrants. Those things that are urgent and important, do them first. Not urgent, but still important, so you should schedule them. Urgent, but not important, so those you could delay or delegate to someone. And then the last one, not urgent and not important, and those you should either eliminate or minimize. So I'm going to read you some scenarios, and I want you to tell me which quadrant you think they go in. And you don't need to raise your hand. You can just unmute and talk out because I can't see you right now, all of you in my current view. All right, so your hair is on fire. Which quadrant would that go in?
Urgent.
Urgent. So urgent and important, or urgent and not important?
No, urgent and important.
Exactly, yes. Your hair is on fire. That is both urgent and important because you don't want your hair to all burn off. So that goes in the do first quadrant. All right, next one. Family movie night. Family movie night. What quadrant do you think that would go in? First thing to think about it is it urgent if I have family movie night? Yes or no?
No.
No, it's not urgent, so it's not going to go in one of these. Okay, is it important or not important?
It's important because it's
You're
like
right, it is
spending time with your
important. So that would
family.
be something that I should schedule, family movie night. It's important, but it's not necessarily urgent. Good job so far. All right. Play a video game.
Urgent.
Depends. I heard a brother in there. My son would say the same thing.
Eliminate.
Eliminate or minimize. You know what I mean? You have to have some pleasure in your life, right? Some time wasting is not so bad. All right, so play a video game would be in quadrant 4. All right, feed the cat. Is it urgent or not urgent?
Well, it depends on if your cat can survive.
Right, well, you don't want your cat to starve, so it probably is urgent. At some point you need to feed him. But is it an emergency?
No.
Not necessarily an emergency, so you can put it down here. So it is urgent, but it's not necessarily super important. So you could delay feeding the cat. Like I don't have to feed him this minute, but I should feed him at some point today, possibly. And I could also delegate feeding the cat. That's something that I could probably pass off onto somebody else. All right, next one. Call grandma.
The second quadrant, I think, to schedule it.
Yep, definitely. That would be something you'd want to schedule. It's not necessarily urgent, but you know that talking to grandma is definitely important. All right, browse Instagram.
That's
Urgent.
very important.
I knew you were going to say that one. Well, even though you'll want to put it here, and I guess we could put it here, technically it's not required because guess what? Dawn and I grew up our whole lives. Instagram didn't even exist, and we're still here talking to you today, relatively healthy adults. So I'm going to stick it down here. All right, science project due tomorrow.
Urgent.
Urgent, yep, urgent and important. So you want it to go in this quadrant here. All right, do the dishes.
Delay.
Yeah, I would say delay or delegate because, you know, even though mom might be upset that you don't do them right this second, as long as you could either delegate those to maybe your younger brother with bribery, or you might be able to delay that a little bit. All right, and the last one, exercise.
Probably schedule.
Yep, that would be a schedule one. Yep, so not necessarily urgent that you exercise, but it's still important to help you reach your goals. So when you think back on our organization worksheet, these are where your goals kind of fall, right? And so in terms of your time management, the idea is if you schedule things, then they don't become emergencies. So if I spend the time scheduling things that are important to me, then I don't have to worry about my hair being on fire or the, well, if your hair's on fire, that's not a scheduling issue, but you know, if you plan your science fair project time wisely, then it won't necessarily need to move to the absolute emergency section. All right, so you should have a piece of paper now. What John had mentioned, you'll need a piece of paper. So I want you to go ahead and divide your piece of paper into 4 quadrants. And remember, up here is urgent and not urgent. And then on this side is important and not important. So you have your do first, your schedule, your delay or delegate, and your eliminate or minimize. And then take a few minutes and think about either your day to day or time tomorrow or time in the next couple weeks, and think about what tasks do you have to complete or goals do you have to meet, and where would they fall on the urgent important matrix.
All right, cool. All right, so let's see what you came up with. Okay, can I get 1 or 2 to share something they put in their urgent important quadrant? Natalie?
Math quiz that's due tomorrow at 3.
Yes, okay, that's important, right? Math quiz due tomorrow at 3. That is urgent and important, all right? Loretta, what did you have on urgent important?
I have an AP test that needs to be done by tomorrow or the next day, so yeah.
Okay, yeah, absolutely, okay. Diamond, is your hand up?
I said all my homework and stuff because my last day of school is Friday.
Right, so you gotta get it all done, right,
Yeah.
by the 15th. Yep, absolutely. Okay, Faith, what's on your urgent important?
My math test that's due at midnight.
At midnight?
Yeah.
Don't wait until 11:30 to do it. Okay, all right, yeah, so a lot of homework is on our urgent important list, okay? What about our not urgent, but it is important, so we can schedule it? Anybody? Diamond?
I said watching the Kimmy Schmidt movie that just came out because I think it's going to be really good and I love the show, but
Okay.
it's not urgent.
Okay, all right, not urgent, but you want to do it, so you want to schedule it in your time, okay? So a movie I really want to see, perfect. All right, Natalie, what do you got? Oh, say it again.
Cleaning my room.
Okay, all right, so clean room. All right, again, it's not urgent, but it's important. It's something we want to do, okay? What about the not important, okay? So delegate or delay. What do we have in that one? What can we delegate or delay? Mackenzie.
I put dishes, like doing the dishes.
Yep. Okay. Absolutely. Dishes. That can wait a little bit, right? Or delegate it to a sibling. Isabel.
Just doing like the chores.
Okay. Yep. So it's not an immediate urgency. Okay. So we can delay that a little bit. Faith.
I said watching TV.
Okay. So TV. Yep. Good. All right. And then what about the eliminate or minimize? Mackenzie.
I put being on social media.
Okay. Yep. So social media. Yeah, we can eliminate that or, dial it down, not spend so much time on it. Anybody else have something different? Loretta?
FaceTiming my friends because I constantly do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. So minimize it, not spend so much time, or maybe just eliminate it for a day. Work on your other boxes. Okay. Excellent. Very good. Perfect. How can you use this tool to help you in your days? Someone tell me, how can you use this tool? How will this be useful for you? Diamond?
I would say this is useful because it helps prioritize everything that you need to do. so you can figure out what you need to do first and what's something that you can do later on.
Right, absolutely, okay. Do you think this tool would help you with that procrastination that we all have? Do you think it will help us not to procrastinate, to overcome a little bit? Okay, absolutely, okay. So this little matrix kind of sums up the procrastination workshop that we did, as well as the organization, and helps us take all that and put it into a useful, easy way to manage our time, okay? Along with timers, you could use a timer as you do this and so forth. Excellent, very good. All right, if each person can give me one thing that you liked or that you learned during today's workshop. What's one thing you liked or you learned? I always like to know. Loretta, what's one thing you liked or that you learned today?
I learned more about time managing each thing that I do. So instead of, like, now I know what I need to do and how much time I can spend on each thing.
Okay, so how much time? And remember, if you relate time to money, it's going to help you budget. Because I don't know if you're anything like me, but I hate spending money. So if I can relate time to money, I will be really good at it. All right, Natalie.
How to better prioritize things.
Okay, all right. So it gave us another skill to prioritize things, okay, which will help us not to procrastinate, because that's our goal. All right, Diamond.
The same thing as she said, like I like the chart because it really helps to prioritize.
Yeah, the chart, and it's simple, right? Okay, especially if you're a math person. I'm not, okay, but even though I'm not a math person, I still like the chart. Kenzie.
I learned like what categories to put things in.
Oh, good. Okay, categories. Yeah, good, excellent, very good. Anybody else? No? Okay, all right, excellent, very good. Well, thank you so much for participating in today's show. Next week show is episode 5 already. Can you believe it? Already episode 5. And next week we're gonna have another family fun day, and it's gonna be an overcoming boredom. So bring your game on and invite your family, because we're gonna play some games. We're gonna play Pictionary. We're gonna play virtual paper, rock, scissors. We're gonna do bingo. We're gonna do some other stuff too. Okay, so we're just gonna have a fun Zoom virtual game type of night to help us overcome boredom. But also we're gonna talk about other creative ways besides games that can help us when we're bored, so that our time doesn't drag on, like we talked about at the beginning of today's episode. Something I do want you to think about, because June 2nd, all right, is the comedy night. So in preparation, I want you to think about what jokes that you can tell, all right? And start submitting your jokes to me that you want to tell, because you are going to be the comedians, all right? You're going to be the comedians in our comedy night. So that's June 2nd, so you got a few weeks to prepare for that, okay? So think about that. Start emailing me some jokes that you're going to prepare and tell. So kind of like stand-up mic comedy night. Has anybody watched comedy shows before? Yeah, right? Okay. Mike night, stand-up, yeah, okay. Yeah, so we want to laugh. June 2nd, we want to be rolling on the ground, all right? So our goal is to get tons of people to do that. So excellent. Following today's workshop show, I will email you the evaluation. And if you send that back to me, I'll do a raffle for a $10 Amazon gift card. Okay, so get that back to me. And I'll put you into the drawing. And hopefully you win this week. Okay, there's always chances to win when you tune in. We like to do that. So thank you very much. And I will see you next week for Overcoming Boredom.